Welcome to the Popcorn Talk Network, for the online broadcast network that features movie discussion, news, and interviews. Press 1. Popcorn Talk. We talk movies. From the Popcorn Talk Network, the online broadcast network for movie talk, and the schmoes know, this is Marvel Movie News, bringing you the most up-to-date discussion and commentary within the Marvel Universe.
Excelsior to you, our merry Marvelites! Welcome back to our 21st show of the year, 2015. That is 35 in all.
Hooray!
35.
Yeah.
Good. 30. Well, you haven't been here for all 35.
But I've watched.
But you've watched.
That's so sweet of you.
We are the I always want to do that.
I got flustered because I watched 35.
Yeah. Well, you're over there in that
this is
tank
what
top,
happens when you're our biggest fan. You get to be part of the show.
Yeah. Oh my god. We are the Marvel Movie News, coming to you live from the Danger Room, where we tell you all the news from all the studios and why you should be as excited as we are. Subscribe to us on iTunes at Marvel Movie News, or find us through the Popcorn Talk Network on YouTube /Popcorn Talk Network. You can also find us through their website, popcorntalknetwork.com. Please follow us on Twitter at Marvel News PTN. Follow us on Facebook /Marvel News Show. Like us, comment. Come and play with us, ask us questions, and if we can answer them on our show, we will absolutely try to.
And after the show, we love tweets.
Or at 2 in the morning when I'm awake.
I dig people.
Yeah. Also, if you tweet a link out to our show while we're doing the live show, Marissa in the booth from Popcorn Talk will retweet you. So that's a nice thing.
It's a really cool thing.
It's a very nice thing.
Validating.
It is validating.
I like it.
So for those of you watching us live today, or anytime, we're trying to get a new hashtag for ourselves to look at. Tweet us a question at #MMNQuestion. We'll be looking at our Twitter off and on, and if we have time to answer any of those questions throughout the show, we will.
Or if you have a better idea of a hashtag, let us know of a better hashtag.
Hashtag your hashtag at that hashtag.
We'd appreciate that.
15
I'm terrible at Twittering. Speaking of, I'm terrible. I'm Matt Key at the Matt Key.
I'm Meredith Placko at Placko.
And I'm at Coy Jandreau, not spelled any way but this. There are fake me's out there. Don't follow them. Follow me.
Though the fake Coy is more prolific on Twitter.
The fake me tweets a lot. He is very vocal.
He's really into morgues and dead people?
He's got like a Hunter S. Thompson flow. I respect him. I enjoy him.
Yeah.
He's not me.
That's you. That's you. That's you. Do you want to spell your name?
I'm Coy Jandreau at CoyJandreau. That's the me that you should find.
That's good. That's
very
good.
fresh.
Guys. Yeah, it was a very exciting week discovering me's that have been active since November.
That's amazing.
They've been out there a long time.
Also, Coy brought up a really good thing because, the best way to know that it's us on Twitter is to get verified. So it'd be really cool if you guys, maybe tweeted at Twitter.
Just yell at Twitter about us not being...
Be like, hey, can we get verified? Because it's really scary. I've had someone hijack my name, but for nefarious reasons.
Mine's not nefarious yet, but it's weird to see someone with my face tweeting not my words.
It is weird that they're using your photo.
It's very disconcerting.
Yeah, and he has reported it. Don't worry, guys. He started that process. But yeah, maybe, I don't know.
Unless he goes rogue.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, God. Now we just ruined it for you. Anyway, well, we have a guest on the cosmic couch today over here in nowhere. Coy, do you want to do the introductions?
So we had Shelby Steele on before.
Your girl.
And my girl, my lady, Shelby Steele. And her sister is an amazing artist, Jody Steele, who's with us today.
hi. Oh my God.
The crowd loves you.
Oh,
the crowd loves you.
And she did this to me.
Yeah, the
podcast listeners are like, wait, what?
So right before the show, we designed an amazing sleeve, and this only took
30 minutes, I'd say.
30 minutes start to finish, and I'm sorry, podcast listeners, but I'm gonna show the cameras more elaborately.
But yeah, so by sleeve he means a mock-up of a tattoo that I hope Coy plans on getting, because it is an amazing really cool. Spider-Man reveal. It looks like the suit is kind of almost I love almost the symbiotic nature of some of the spots on top, but it's a fantastic piece.
It's really cool. Are you having fun with the camera?
I know. That the front.
It's in reverse,
so that front camera might actually be a little bit better for you. Yeah.
Oh, there's a front camera. There's also this camera.
Yeah, there's so many. You can get close up with it.
Come sit with me.
It is a really fantastic piece, Jody. You are an amazingly talented lady.
And you're giving Marissa a run for her money. She's having to keep up with you in the booth.
This is awesome. This is to celebrate all the exciting Spider-Man stuff that's moments away.
Israel Soto, yes, that is sick, man. That is very sick. Did I use that phrase correctly?
Yes, you did,
am I
old
cool?
man.
I'm so old. So anyway, welcome, Jody. Thank you for coming in, and thank you for making Coy look even better than he already does. Oh, he's so hot. All right.
Yeah, he's so hot right now.
We've got Civil War news. We've got Deadpool and Elektra. We don't have Elektra.
What?
I don't know why I just said that.
Well, why not?
We've got a new
We want
Ant-Man
to
trailer. I do. I want some good casting news. We've got a new Ant-Man trailer, but first, over to Sony with Spider-Man news. Big Spider-Man news.
Big almost news.
Well, it's still news.
Getting there. I'm so
getting
excited.
there.
Yeah.
Getting there. So let's start with the directors first, because we know we've got casting. So let's hold off on the casting, because that's going to be a bit of a bigger conversation, I feel. But the shortlist for the directors for the new Spider-Man film has been released, and that is Ted Melfi, who did St. Vincent, Jonathan Levine, who did Warm Bodies. Apparently, those are the two top favorites, but there's still two wild cards out there. John Francis Daly and Jonathan Goldstein, who are doing the Vacation reboot, and a gentleman named John Watts, who did a show called Cop Car. And he also did the the Eli Roth fake preview that came out, trailer clown that came out.
I didn't know that.
He did that. Coincidentally, John Watts is a friend of mine.
Oh,
So
well.
I've emailed him for confirmation. I have not heard back from him.
Fantastic.
He and I worked on a cartoon together
So it'd be
couple
really
years ago.
cool if he got it, because
Oh
then
my
we'd
God,
be like,
Hey, John, why don't you come on in? But these four, or five individuals, but four teams are up for the entire trilogy over at Sony.
Oh,
Like they would be
that's
taking
nice.
over the whole trilogy, which would be kind of Harry Potter-ish, where it's like, here's his sophomore year, here's his
That'd be
junior
fantastic.
year, and here's his senior year.
I think, well, it's interesting because relatively they're all kind of not prolific directors, and I think it's interesting to see Sony kind of taking that Marvel approach, where it's like, we don't need an established name, we just need someone who can get the job done and do it well. I've not seen St. Vincent, and I've not seen Warm Bodies, so I can't speak of the two front runners. I did see that clown piece, and that was good. So but it's hard to say they won't set the tone for Spider-Man, obviously. But no, it's exciting to kind of see them narrowing people down.
There's 1,000 directors that they could choose from, and these are the four.
Yeah.
That kind of gives us
It
an
shapes
idea of
the
their
tone.
tone.
Yeah. I really like St. Vincent was the first movie in a long time that made me cry in public. I watched it on a plane, and it was so good. I was like weeping with strangers around me.
What was the premise?
It basically is a young boy who doesn't have any, like, he's not close with anyone, and his mom is newly divorced, and he meets Bill Murray, who's this curmudgeon-y old man, and it's Bill Murray playing really against type, and he's just so heartwarming deep down that by the time you reveal his true nature, you're just so like in love with him.
Wow.
And it's perfect.
I mean, just hearing that description makes me, I can see how that can translate to Peter Parker
and he directs
Spider-Man.
the kid really well, so that shows that he can handle young actors really well. I like him a lot. And then Warm Bodies was also incredible. I really appreciated what they did with that.
I confused that with Jennifer's Body. Not the same.
Warm
Not
Bodies
the
was the
same.
Romeo and Juliet with zombies film.
Right.
Yeah.
Which was surprising.
Right.
That movie shouldn't have been. On paper, that movie's not good.
But
in reality.
But Jennifer's Body, no, I would not. Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, I have not seen St. Vincent or Warm Bodies, so I can't really speak to that.
Both fine films.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I'm excited for both frontrunners.
I've tried to watch Warm Bodies on Netflix, but it's not on there, nor is St. Vincent, so...
There's a whole Pirate Bay out there.
I know.
I don't know what you're talking about. I just,
maybe I have to rent it. I'll just
Just legally rent it.
Netflix
Legally
it
rent
to
it.
where you get that disc.
Yeah,
that
but then I've got to
silver
pay for
thing.
an extra service.
Oh, you
I'm
just
not
have
gonna
the.
do
I
that.
see.
Yeah,
I see. How do you rent videos then?
I just do it through iTunes.
Oh, that's so magical. Okay.
Isn't it magic? It comes straight to my computer.
love that. I
Or
love
to my television
technology.
set.
Witchcraft.
Witchcraft. Modern day alchemy, I say. So yeah, I can't really, but I think like what you're saying, like Jonathan sounds like a good fit, especially since he's worked with
They're
kids
skewing
and
young,
not on set.
and they're
so-
skewing like more heartfelt, more like the Spider-Man in the '60s. Like I really like the idea of like a Steve Ditko-esque
Oh my
tone
God.
Spider-Man,
Yeah.
and like fighting in classrooms and a lot of stuff we've hinted at but not really seen fully would be interesting.
Yeah.
Since we're not getting adult Spider-Man, let's go all the way young.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go to the
Let's
other
just
side.
go for 6-year-old Spider-Man.
Yeah, let's do it.
Perfect.
An origin story, but
Yeah.
not involving his origin.
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah.
hello, I'm a child.
Yeah.
Let's do the
Boyhood.
story of his parents.
I know.
Yeah.
Like, they met and they...
no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Well, speaking of Spider-Man, there are... So here's what happened, for those of you who have not caught up with the news yet. Last weekend, apparently, they had a secret casting session in Atlanta. Kevin Feige was there. Amy Pascal was there.
God, I'm sorry, they're killing me.
Russos.
I keep saying Atlanta. It's. I just left
You just
Atlanta,
left it to come
and
out
now
here, and now
everyone
it's
is.
all out there,
That's,
yeah.
that's fine. I'm not an actor. I'm a talk show host.
Yes. So So they had a secret casting out there. Since that's where they're filming Civil War, did a dead body just fall on the roof?
Yeah, I heard
I
that.
think
right?
so.
Okay, good. I just want to make sure it wasn't just me.
We all have alibis. We're on live TV.
Yeah.
We're in Los Angeles. It
I
rains
know.
dead bodies. Anyway, they had 6 actors come out and do a screen test, and it's apparently going to be one of these 6.
It's an interesting approach. I've never heard of we're filming down the street. We need you all to come here because you're going to go right to set. Whoever gets it right now,
Is that what they did?
I mean,
then
why
why
else would you have
else?
6 actors fly into a place that they're not from?
Well, because like Feige and the Russos are
Right,
out
but
there
they're filming.
But
like they
Civil
can't
War right
leave,
now.
and they've got to find out who the actor is.
But then they can also just bring them on set right away. I mean, it's very convenient.
Just make the costume.
I know.
I don't know. I don't think that's what they're doing.
And it's interesting-
Maybe they'll stay there.
Yeah.
And send the other 5 home.
It's
It
very
should be
interesting.
like a reality show. We should
Yeah.
get to vote. I think. I
Get a
think.
vote on
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
I would love
We'll
that.
just turn our chairs around like
I'm still saying Freddie Highmore. Like I wish that he was on
Not a
it.
contender, but
Aw,
that's
not
who
even,
you know.
yeah.
But like hashtag Freddie Highmore. That's who I'm going for.
But we're seeing a lot of familiar names resurface.
Yes. So of the 6 that they rumored like a couple months ago, there's only 2 left. Asa Butterfield from Ender's Game and Tom Holland, who was in the Tsunami picture, The Impossible.
Right.
The new names that are on that list are Charlie Plummer from Boardwalk Empire, Charlie Rowe from Red Band Society, Matthew Lintz from Pixels, and Judah Lewis from the Point Break remake.
That movie's dead to me.
I like Charlie Rowe's look. I don't know his work.
I kind of ran through them all. So yeah, that's Asa Butterfield.
He's been the front runner for so long. He was unofficially announced 3 times now. And people keep being like, "Why aren't you mentioning that news?" We're like, it's not news yet.
It's not news.
They're still casting actively.
Yeah.
That's Tom Holland. I actually think his look is better.
Really?
I like his look a lot.
I like Charlie Rowe, even though I've never seen
Yeah,
Red
see,
Band
he
Society.
looks a little Norman for me, but I think it's that leather jacket.
That could be.
He dresses like an Osborn.
Yes.
I actually, that's Charlie Plummer. I actually like him a lot too, but I've never seen Boardwalk Empire, so I haven't seen the guy perform
I like his
or
haircut.
act.
Boardwalk Empire is fantastic.
He could be Peter Parker.
He looks it, and from what I vaguely remember of Boardwalk Empire, I think he could handle it really well.
What I like about his look is that he looks a lot more like the 60s version of Peter Parker, like that sort of
I
like
think what
prim,
they're going
proper,
for.
like
Yeah.
very well put together nerd.
It's interesting. They're trying to shape this is the kid from Red Band Society. I've never watched
Charlie
the show.
Rowe,
but
yeah.
To me, he looks the most like how I imagine Peter Parker. Like
Really?
the eyebrows, the hair,
I can
the
see
dark
it. I
eyes.
can
Like
see it.
to me, he's like the animated series or even Ultimate in the early Bagley days. That's who I see
I could
visually.
see him doing Harry Potter in a Harry Potter remake.
He kind of has an Andrew Garfield look.
Yeah, maybe
little
that's
bit,
why I
yeah.
associate.
Yeah.
Like maybe that's why I'm tied to it because I'm gonna miss Andrew Garfield.
He looks like a young Andrew Garfield.
Yeah,
That brings a tear to my eye.
I mean, it makes sense that he'd be a young Spider-Man as young Spider-Man.
Yeah. Oh. This
literal
is
child.
Matthew
Yeah,
Lintz.
that's
He's in Pixels. That's the only thing that I could find on him. That he's in the
Like a
upcoming
5th
Adam
grade
Sandler.
class photo. These kids are so young.
No, we'll get to that in a second. Let's see Judah Lewis real quick. He's in the Point Break remake. They're doing a remake.
Oh no,
by
I knew
the
that
way.
part.
yeah.
What was
many
Keanu
questions.
Reeves' character's name? Johnny Utah.
Utah.
Yeah, Johnny Utah.
He plays a young Johnny Utah.
Amazing.
Like a
Point
the
Break.
like
Keanu
an
hair is on
8-year-old?
point.
Yeah,
Look at that Keanu hair.
Yeah, right.
Living the dream.
Wow.
Right. So here's one of the deciding factors. One of the actors is 18. One of the actors is 19. The rest are under 18.
And the older ones are the front runners we've heard about this whole time, which is really interesting.
Well, here's why they're the front runners. Not necessarily acting prowess or anything else. I'm sure that is a large part of it, but also because of union rules.
Yeah, there's no way they
Yeah.
can work more than like 7 hours.
Yeah.
Like, they'd have
They-
to stop filming at 8 p.m.
Yeah.
They'd have to have teachers on set.
Yeah.
They'd have to have like regulations where every 4 hours they had to take a break.
Yeah.
Like you know this stuff. Like how much would that change the setup of the film?
I mean, I guess it would also depend on how much he's in costume, because then you wouldn't need the
that's
same
true.
actor. Like,
That's true.
Yeah.
Spider-Man. I guess.
And a
it's
lot of it is
always
probably going to be CG. Yeah.
Yeah.
But in terms of using the actor, a lot of those they're actual kids. So
Right.
Yeah.
child labor laws are going to come into play there.
Just like 2 classroom
Which-
scenes, and the rest of the time he's just in a mask and he's 2 feet taller.
And I think that's why Asa and Tom Holland are probably
That's really
Yeah.
interesting. It's
outside
amazing.
of the fact that they also have
It's a
just have
7-year
like
span.
bigger credits to their name.
High school
Right.
always plays older in Hollywood. So, like, it's people are used to seeing like
Oh, yeah.
20-something-year-old looking
I
people.
mean, look at the
play.
CW. We accept
Yeah.
30-year-olds as teenagers for some
Yes,
reason.
because we're told that they're teenagers.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, they're teenagers.
Well, and-
All right.
That's
what's
why when we see these kids, we're like,
Yeah.
they're children.
They look so young to us. That's exactly it. It's yeah. That
Because
They can't
are
play their
actual
own age.
children.
Yeah.
So Anyway, yeah, I haven't seen any of these other actors except for Ender's Game, so I can't really. But I think Asa did really well in Ender's Game. I liked him a lot. So
I carte blanche trust Marvel's casting. They've never steered me wrong. Everyone they've pulled from security or from like another tier down, they brought to A-list, and their whole team's incredible. So whoever they cast, I'm in.
I'm on board.
Yeah,
I'm on board. But those are your 6.
I'll just be
Tilda
happy
Swinton
when
for Spider-Man.
Yeah. Tilda Swinton for everything.
I'll watch that.
I'd be a Todd
Yeah.
McFarlane Spider-Man. I'm in. Todd McFarlane's Tilda Swinton.
I'm just really excited. I hope this means we'll get an answer in the next couple of weeks.
I think we have to.
I mean, we do.
They're there.
Yeah.
They're physically in
they've got
Atlanta.
to.
Yeah.
Like,
I think we'll know tomorrow or next week early.
They'll probably break
Actually,
the
they're
news like
within
20 minutes.
after we have.
after
And maybe
we
it'll be
end,
and then the live thread will go crazy
Yeah.
and it'll be like,
Yeah. It'll be like-
God.
we'll start getting tweets. Did you guys
Yeah.
get that news? The Spider-Man casting news? Oh, talk about it. Talk
Bust
about
into
it.
DC and we're like, hey, wait a second.
Hey, wait a second, guys. Just wait
got
a
news.
second. I don't know what that voice is. Just wait a second.
20s
guys.
newsman
I
wants to
know.
interrupt DC
You
news.
just keep aging yourself.
Just wait a second, guys. Just wait 1 second. Anyway, so that's it for Sony news. We're going to jump over to Marvel real quick, where we've got the new extended TV spot for Ant-Man.
Guys, it looks like a movie.
It looks like a movie.
It looks like a really cool movie.
It really looks great now.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, all right. So, once we started talking about this being a heist film, we all know my love for that particular genre. This trailer nails it. This is fun. It's entertaining. I love the music. The score on it. It's bringing me directly into the film. There's wit, there's humor, there's silliness, there's seriousness. It's everything I want a heist film to be, featuring Scott Lang as Ant-Man, and it's wonderful. And if you guys haven't seen this trailer or been on the fence about this film, I really encourage you to go out and watch it. I actually didn't watch it until I walked in today because I was kind of like, I don't want to see Thomas the Tank Engine again. But
there's no Thomas.
I know there's no Thomas the Tank.
PTSD is strong.
It is, but it's a hilarious film, and I can see why they're positioning it from the people who brought you Guardians of the Galaxy, because it's starting to have that Guardians feel now, and I'm pretty stoked about it.
It's just unfortunate that the first couple trailers haven't nailed that tone.
Yeah.
So it feels like the first couple trailers were like, hey, look, here's this guy, and he shrinks, and he does this, and it's going to be a big adventure. But now I think they're finally starting to hone in on, and here's the tone, and it's going to be, because Edgar Wright wrote the first draft of it. He's a very funny writer, a very funny director, and it's unfortunate that we don't have his vision.
Yeah.
But still, I think Peyton Reed's probably going to do a good job. Marvel's not going to let this film fail. They're going to do their best to make it as good as they can. And then they get Paul Rudd and Adam McKay to write it.
Brilliant writers.
Yeah.
Adam McKay, he did one of the funniest comedies of the early 2000s with Anchorman. He wrote that movie with Will Ferrell. He brought he's a big part of why Will Ferrell was such a big success when he was. And he wrote this, and he's a giant comic book fan. So I really have a lot of faith that this movie is going to be a lot better than people are giving it credit for.
It might be the first straight up comedy we get, because it looks even more comedic than Guardians by this trailer.
On purposely funny.
Right, which is nice.
But given the other trailers, I think it's gonna fall into those typical heist films that we see. That being said, I think Marvel's kind of getting to a point where maybe they were playing a little too safe with the previous trailers.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And I think
This is an action movie. This is a superhero movie.
Or maybe they themselves weren't quite sure how they wanted to sell it, because Avengers was just a little, with the way they previewed it with all the trailers, it was a little too much. So I think Marvel's they're in an interesting, their middle phase. They're in a growing pains phase. I think, they know that they can do stuff and knock it out of the park. They know that they kind of own the cinematic universe in terms of people are going to go see these movies. But I'm really glad that they're not getting lazy about it, and that's what this trailer tells me.
I hope it stays less is more. I hope, what you're saying about Ultron showing too much. I really felt by the time I'd seen Ultron, I'd already seen Ultron.
Yeah.
So I'd really like if Ant-Man stays little snarkier Mark, showing half the trailer and then replaying half the other stuff, because this new trailer is half old, half new.
But just
and that
new
works, because I
voiceover.
only want 30 new seconds. I don't need 2 new minutes. Please let me see the movie. So I like
Let me
that
see
Marvel.
that movie,
let me enjoy the
untainted,
movie,
yeah.
not pieces of that movie over the course of 6 months.
Exactly.
So I really hope they're keeping it close to the chest, because it could be really good. And this was what the Fantastic Four trailer did for me. Whereas I wasn't excited for Fantastic Four until that last trailer, and then all of a sudden I was like, well, they found a movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe they've got it down.
And maybe it was the same thing with Fox doing reshoots. Maybe Marvel's reshoots, which they always do, it's in their schedule. Fox plans to have 3 weeks of reshoots at least at the end of their schedule. Maybe that's where they found their tone. So that could be why this trailer's so good. I hope. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked. It comes out
soon.
Yeah, it comes out the week after Comic-Con.
It's like 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6
Which is
weeks away.
insane. It
July
doesn't feel like
27th.
it's this year, but it's literally 6 weeks away.
Speaking of Comic-Con, I just want to throw this out there because I'm allowed to do it since I'm the host of the show and I'm a Doctor Strange fan. Have you guys seen the Comic-Con? This is not actual news, but like...
Well, it is.
It is-ish.
It's not movie news.
It's not movie news. But the Comic-Con exclusive for Doctor Strange that comes in the Book of the Vishanti and
God,
it has... Yeah, I like...
He showed it to us before the show, and
It's beautiful.
Well, and I love because it's the characters. It's a Doctor Strange figure. They have Hell. It looked like was that Hell?
Yeah.
Magic, who I love because she's been mentoring under, or not mentoring. She's been studying under Doctor Strange, and then a wearable Eye of Agamotto.
A costume Eye of Agamotto and a Dormammu and Brother Voodoo.
That's amazing.
And it's the astral form of Doctor Strange, and he's got a black porn stash.
Which,
In astral, that's all you see floating around.
it makes me...
that mustache? Ghost mustache!
It makes me wonder that, all those characters, save for Magic, could appear in the Doctor Strange movie.
I hope so.
That'd be
Anyway,
amazing somehow.
Yeah.
Jumping back to Ant-Man, because that's what we're supposed to be talking about. It's just Doctor Strange. I can't help it.
No, it's fine.
I'm very excited for this movie. Now, I really think like they've shown the tone. The comedy is there, and I really hope people are starting to get excited about it because like this new I was never not excited about it. It's the culmination of their phase 2.
Yeah.
Age of Ultron I think should have been, but it's whatever reason it's not.
It's shifted between being a phase 1 film, a phase 3 film, and now a phase 2 film, but it's a phase 2 film in between like the climax. So it's like a denouement as a film.
Age of Ultron is apparently not the climax. And this week there's starting to be rumors that I think Falcon or War Machine are going to be in Ant-Man. I don't know if that's going to be a large spot or like just at the very end or
I'm wondering if we'll
but...
see a little pop at Comic-Con. Like I know Marvel's not going to have a presence, but it'd be interesting to have some like viral marketing. Or if
I'm
they're
sure
gonna
they
have,
will.
Like,
because that comes
like a
out
street
before
team.
D23.
Right, it comes out, so that's between their two markets. So they might do something
if there's anything Marvel
like Gaslamp
Studios
across the street,
shows,
just little Ant-Man running around.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that would be so great.
And like little toys.
I think there's been so much talk. Is Marvel studios, like cinematic studios, going to be at Comic-Con or not? There's no way they can't have a single presence. It's just going to be, I think, a redacted presence from what we've had in previous years. But I think they know. I mean, if this film's coming out a couple days after the show, and while all like press have been able to see screenings, the fans are going to want to see something. I think they'll give us something.
And they need to promote it because right now, like I feel like the general kind of consensus behind Ant-Man is meh, maybe.
Yeah, it's their weakest advertised film yet, which isn't saying. I mean, it's Marvel. They do amazing. That's not saying it's still like a B+ in expectation. Well, it's just not the.
And it's not a negative comment. It's just an observation
on the tiers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm excited now. That new trailer really helped me.
Yeah.
But from an outside perspective,
I was gonna say I'm not. Like, I don't really know Ant-Man at all, so it's kind of slipped under the radar for me until this. I just, watching this trailer, it looks funny, so now I'm like, oh, I'll see it if it has some humor in it.
It's working for the masses.
Yeah, it's a heist film. It's funny, and they haven't really been pushing that, and I think they're starting to push that now because that way people aren't forgetting that.
And it's a lovable cast. Paul Rudd's the most lovable, ageless man.
Yeah. Well, let's move. Still with Ant-Man, they've released a lot of new pictures this week. I chose 4. To go over. This is the first one with Ant-Man in the ground. And I think it's safe to assume that he was in an anthill and he accidentally grew too fast. And this is him like, oh darn it, like I messed up. I think it's like training. The next one, this is, what's this guy's name? David Dasmalchian.
Look at him rocking those Gunners, by the way. Gunner optics on.
And that's
hair.
And I think that's why he's a hacker. I think he plays
he has to be. That hair. That's hacker
with
hair.
that hair and those glasses.
So I think he's like Paul Rudd, Scott Lang's hacker friend.
Yeah, he obviously sleeps on his couch.
Everybody needs one.
Yeah, everyone needs a hacker friend. And this is,
I love it.
You might remember David from Dark Knight. He was the Joker thug that Harvey Dent captured and was going to kill.
Would not make that if you had told me. Yeah, it's a little different. Why you have me. Yeah,
that's why you have me on the show.
And
to
IMDb.
Point that out. And IMDb. But I actually already. I always loved that role because it was so well done. It was like just a small part, but you still remember it. Yeah. So like I can't wait to see what that guy brings to the role. This picture I chose because it's for the first time we see that there's a possible love story between Darren Cross and Hope Van Dyne.
A love triangle heist Marvel movie.
I know. There's so much, but like, there's a smile between the two of them that's like, oh, are they Are they in love? Is something
moment?
going to happen?
Oh, no.
I think Corey
no.
Stoll is so good. I'm so excited that he's
he
like
was great in House of Cards.
brilliant.
Yeah, so good. I'm excited to see what he does with this. And then I like it's just another picture of him running with ants, but it's
cute.
It's cool. Like
love
it
it.
looks really cool.
It's a very believable photo, you know. It doesn't. I mean, obviously, it's all mocked up CGI, but it looks really good.
Their marketing has only gotten better. Like the posters really bothered me after the teaser. The teaser poster is amazing, and then their follow-up posters were But then after this newest poster is amazing, their newest trailers are amazing. All their stills are really good. Like their hype machine is strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it, like I'm just excited to see like colonies of ants. I don't know why. Like I've never been excited to see colonies of ants, but now that like he's in control, of them,
Obviously, I've never stepped in an anthill.
Well, I have not. I've not slept in any ant.
I said stepped.
Oh, stepped.
Yes.
I was like, who's sleeping in ant?
You
like,
obviously.
have you
I mean,
sleeping in an ant?
Oh, I'm from Florida, guys. Come on. It's
a different world.
To be honest, it is a very different world in the Everglades.
I hated it. I grew up in Florida.
Oh, really? Yeah. So that part.
She's slept in her share of anthills.
I've stepped in way too many.
Yeah. I'm like too many.
Well, still on Ant-Man. One last little thing. Oscorp is rumored to be mentioned in Ant-Man, and that would be the MCU's first
Tie to Spider-Man.
Spider-Man and
Ant-Man
Norman
and
Osborn.
Spider-Man are clearly like that's a nice little.
Do you think that could be kind of where Yellow Jackets?
Yeah.
Okay.
The rumor is that Oscorp is going to be mentioned along with Ten Rings and Roxxon, who have already been in it.
Yeah,
But
so it
it'll
just
be like
brings in the
it's the
evil
bidding war for the
corporation.
Yellow Jacket technology.
That's so smart. That's so simple. That's such an easy way to
love
plug it in
it.
by like one day of shooting. Like, oh, we got Spider-Man rights. Let's say this one dialogue.
Yeah.
Not even a day.
Yeah.
Like half a
Corey
minute.
Stoll, come in for an hour.
Yeah, exactly.
That'd be amazing.
So,
That's awesome.
if he's just like, oh, we've got 10 Rings, we've got Roxxon, we've got Oscorp, like,
Yeah.
done.
Cool.
Done.
That's
and
exciting.
Now it's apart.
I hope that's real.
So,
Yeah.
it's such an easy thing to throw in, too, for the fans, and you just know.
And to bring Spider-Man.
Of course they're going to do it.
The post-credit scene Spider-Man is still a rumor, and it's still very exciting. And
I
hopefully
really
that
think
happens.
they're going to do it. I really do.
And if you mentioned Oscorp earlier,
Yeah, I really do. And I couldn't go back to it. Someone on the live feed earlier before the show started had asked about Giant Man. Mm-hmm. And if
we discussed that last week. Where
I really
you think third act. I think
it's possible that that's how the movie will end. Mm-hmm. I definitely think that that's going to be in Civil War.
I think they're saving it for Civil War personally, but I mean,
we might get a teaser that it's a possibility.
Yeah,
we might not fully see it, but it might like be.
He just grows like a foot. And you're like, whoa,
and like, hey,
yeah,
like really mundane giant
or
man.
like off screen,
just
or
like
something.
NBA man.
Yeah.
I'm the new Bull Man. Matumbo Man.
This is why I don't write Marvel movies, because NBA Man would be awesome in my mind.
Yeah.
I hope they hint at it, but I hope it doesn't go all the way personally, because I think it'd be cool to see the character evolve to that, because it took a while in the comics, and he went through so many like mental breakdowns to get to that point that I feel like if he just goes through like one mental breakdown and gets there, I'll be like,
I feel like that would be a really exciting climax, is that he's like, oh, can your Yellow Jacket do this?
I mean, well, it brings up an interesting point, because if he's fighting Yellow Jacket, they're so evenly matched with their powers that he has to find a way to outpower him.
Yellow Jacket has more tech.
Yeah, and so being able to grow to Giant Man would give him that edge, and I could easily see it going that way at the end of Ant-Man.
Yeah.
I mean, script wise, I can see it.
Yeah,
personally, I'd like them to hold off, but I could see the logic in that writing.
Yeah. So I think that that's a strong possibility for a third act. I also think that it would be a fun tag. If they don't do a Spider-Man thing, I think that would be a fun, like,
just him growing and holding something and it's tiny, and he's like, ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Like, I think that would be a cool mid-credits thing to do also, but I'm crossing my fingers for a Spider-Man.
And then we have
some sort.
and it makes me wonder, and guys, I'm just gonna go to the gutter with this one. It makes me wonder if the tone of this film, if they would make some jokes about.
Oh, I hope so.
I hope so. I want some
of the best. Oh, there it is.
know.
There it is.
Yes.
It took half an hour for a Get Out.
I know.
That's a record, Marvel
you guys
fans.
have
I'm just saying. I like toilet humor, guys,
One
and
of
I'm
Mark
okay
Millar's
with that.
best Ant-Man moments was when he introduced and he was like,
Yep.
that one, all he said was your turn as Ant-Man. I was like, that's the dirtiest joke I've ever read. It was just so
like,
dirty.
even if there's just a little nod to that, I would just, I
was
know.
like,
I'd be
I think
happy.
I was like 14 reading that, and I was just
like. Anyways, sorry I had to reduce us to that level, guys.
Eon 001, we are not really discussing any spoilers. It's just
these are
just
theories, man. We don't know.
Man.
Yeah, and they're all just
I promise.
Theories, so
we've seen nothing.
But sorry, we're done talking about the Ant-Man stuff now. So no more Ant-Man.
No
we're
more
waiting.
Ant-Man.
Captain America: Civil War. We're going to talk about that super fast. Stan Lee's filmed his cameo. Thank God. We're
Yay,
we
good.
know that's in there.
We just need to
any
film
speculation on who that might be?
I maintain that Stan Lee is Uatu. I maintain he is the Watcher.
God.
He comes up in times of distress, in giant world-affecting moments, and he's always there. And they always acknowledge him, and they move on. He's the Watcher.
I could see that.
And that
I
way
love
he's
it.
in multiple universes. That way he's in Fox. That way he's in Sony. He's allowed in multiple universes that aren't attached. He's the only character that's attached.
smart.
He's the Watcher.
And you're right. He's the only character who has multiple.
He's the only one that's allowed to be in alternate universes. He's the
amazing.
Watcher. That's my theory.
No, I agree. I've thought about that for a while, but in terms of what he's doing in Captain America, I don't know. It's gonna be
He's a
something.
soldier.
Yeah.
It'll be something cute.
Yeah,
it'll
it'd be something
adorable.
His Age of
Horrible.
Ultron one is my favorite yet.
Oh,
Yeah,
because
You
it
got to
was.
say Excelsior
Yeah.
and Drunk Stanley.
Yes.
Two things I love.
Well, and he got to be a World War II veteran.
Yeah, which he actually
is,
is.
yeah.
So cool. So hopefully that again in Civil War. If he's World War II, that'd be nice.
Yeah. So Robert Downey Jr. arrived on set in Atlanta for filming, so we know he's there. Not really news, but it's
still,
cool. Like
yay.
it's moving along.
Oh, he's
Yay.
Iron Man and Cap vs. Iron Man.
Oh my God!
Spoilers.
Spoilers.
They haven't recast him already. Good.
A couple of quick things for Captain America still. Martin Freeman's role has been rumored to have been revealed. I think this was who are the guys? Latino Review?
Yeah, Latino Review.
Heroic Hollywood or whatever. They are saying this is a possible spoiler. So a possible
spoiler.
That he would be Prime Minister Edward Chase, who's not a character in the comics. That would be created for the movie, but he is reportedly going to be like a more antagonistic role if that's the case.
Like
Because he's actually going to be pushing for the Registration Act.
Which we need some legislation. We need that side of
It's just
interesting. Martin Freeman.
it's also interesting they're taking it from America and making it more of a global issue.
Yeah.
It's true. Which makes sense.
yeah, no,
they
it-
went global in Avengers.
Yeah. No, I think it's interesting, and I do like when they do create the new characters. I mean, Coulson, I love Coulson. He's such a fantastic character. And I mean, obviously, I don't see Edward Chase having the same power that Coulson does, but it's going to be interesting because I feel like it'll influence the
And
books
they've really
eventually.
reshaped Maria Hill.
Yeah, they really have.
Kobe Smulders has made that such her own that the comics really seem like Kobe
Well,
Smulders,
yeah.
which is fantastic.
First of all, I just want to acknowledge the Gamer Girl 2330 on the live chat said that she hopes Martin Freeman is MODOK. And
I would be okay with this.
I want Peter
could get behind
Dinklage to be
that.
MODOK.
No, he would be like.
Peter Dinklage as MODOK.
I think he's Jesus' choice for MODOK.
Oh yeah, he was
Ultimate
he's like,
choice.
well,
Yeah.
look
But
what we made MODOK.
but I would take Martin. Freeman
Yeah.
as
I'd take
MODOK.
that,
So
I'd
thank
be
you,
okay.
Gamer Girl, on the live fat on the live chat. Martin Freeman, though, it's said that like some British soldiers are involved in the big event that happens at the beginning of the film. Like they end up, like a lot of like British soldiers end up dying and whatever that Captain America's Avengers team is leading against. So then Martin Freeman is like, oh well, we can't have that. We've got to have
we
superhuman registration.
are
I
getting a
suppose."
Stanford level event,
Yeah.
Makes
but it'll be
sense.
more global. That's good.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
good.
so-
Up the stakes. It's
Yeah.
it's got to be
Stakes,
huge
the
because
entire
these
world
movies
is now
only
betting
get
for it.
bigger.
Yeah.
So
It's going galactic after this. Actually galactic because
we've
Infinity
already
War.
got. Well, and we've already been galactic. We've
Right,
already,
the whole universe goes that way. Like Phase 3, I feel like is going to be all.
It makes me wonder if the scenes we've seen shot in Atlanta, where I know there's been some debate if it's Wakanda or not because it's not a highly advanced civilization. We've already been to parts of Africa with Age of Ultron, and we know that there is still British influence in that part of the world. I wonder if maybe that's what they've been setting up. Because we've seen like Cap looking up and stuff. I wonder if they're starting to film whatever that big destruction scene could be.
I think they need to get that done now before, like, it's all going to be outside, so the spoilers are just going to get worse and worse. So I think it makes sense from a scheduling standpoint.
Well, and also in terms of like production, shot lists and stuff, you're going to want something big action for your trailers.
Get
so
all the coverage and then get it out there.
Get it all out now versus just
Because you need all the
waiting for
CGI rendering time and everything else.
Exactly. So
From a like Civil War is a huge thing in the comics. You've seen it hinted at, like in Age of Ultron. Oh, in spoilers.
End of spoiler.
End of spoilers.
Yeah.
So Age of Ultron, they hinted at like the rivalry between Cap and Iron Man forming, and like they've hinted at this thing. And in Civil War, it's built up for years, and it's a long running arc. In the movie, they're going to do it in one. What do you think, as a non-diehard comicer, of that idea of like heroes fighting? Like, is that interesting? Is that like?
Oh yeah, that's the most interesting. For me, like those are my two favorite characters that Marvel has.
That's so
portrayed.
cool because they were so obscure before the movies.
Yeah.
So that for me is exciting because as far as cast too and everything, like they would be the two that I would want to see face off against each
So
other.
is this for you bigger than Avengers? Like,
Oh, absolutely. And besides, the Captain America films are my favorite Marvel movies so far.
I feel like too, for most mainstream non-comic book readers, the Cap films have hit closest to most people. Like really just love those films. Like my mom loves the Captain America films just because based on what they, just the genre they fall in.
I think Cap 2 is really interesting because it's everyone's comic fans' favorite comic film and regular viewers' favorite because it really encapsulated just being a movie that happens to have Captain America in the way that Dark Knight was like a cop drama, but Batman's here.
Yeah.
And that's amazing.
And we've said this time and again that the best superhero films are ones that are genre films that just use these characters within that plot device.
Right. And they look like you're doing it well. I'm always interested in people that are outside of it because I have so many expectations that are so different and skewed because I've read the source. So it's cool that people are excited. And Cap and Iron Man were with Marvel because they couldn't like sell them off for enough money. Like the fact that they're shaping a universe with characters that no one really... That's awesome. They're your favorites.
Yeah,
I'm
that
excited.
makes me happy.
I'm excited.
Also, real quick with Civil War, General Thunderbolt Ross is played by William Hurt from the 2008 movie is in this, and there's more and more rumors coming out that Red Hulk is going to appear in Civil War.
I guess.
Not confirmed, but
could you? But I mean, I could see this going one of two ways. That this could be part of whatever the event is. But I feel like you'd have to build up Red Hulk, and you couldn't just
you'd have to explain a lot.
But I could see that built up throughout the end, where they need something to take down Hulk.
It'd be awesome.
I know. I love Red Hulk. I think Thunderbolt Ross is such a fantastically fascinating. Messed up. He's really messed up. And I really would like to see them incorporate this. And I know it's like a fangirl's dream right now. But I
Red
think,
Hulk versus Green Hulk would be so cool.
But and then that also opens up like, hey, Marvel, we can finally get us another Hulk movie, please.
Yeah. Well, it's Universal lets them.
Right.
Marissa, would you mind going to the next picture down? It's should be there we go.
Yeah.
Just to point out, that's who William Hurt Thunderbolt Ross is. Because it was so long ago.
From the quasi-canon Incredible Hulk starring Ed Norton.
Yeah.
It's possible that people have forgotten who he was. That's
I'm so glad they're tying
we're
that
talking
in.
about.
But that's awesome they're bringing him back for the role.
It's the older gentleman with the mustache, by the way, not Emil Blonsky, the Abomination.
Can you guys kind of
Tarantino's boy.
explain who Thunderbolt Ross is in relation to Red Hulk?
He's Betty Ross's father. Betty Ross is the love interest. Bruce Banner's love interest, Betty Ross, before the Scarlett Johansson canon rewrite, was the love of his life, and they were both scientists together. Her dad was General Thunderbolt Ross, who is basically a warmonger, very like handle things by guns and missiles. And it's an interesting character because he should be two-dimensional, but they write him so well that you almost empathize even when he's like against your boy, the Hulk. And it's fascinating that they then turned that character into someone who became a Hulk himself as a means to be antagonistic, and then he like fell in love with the power. And now he's his own character that's always the Hulk, and he's a secret. Like, it's not known that he's Thunderbolt Ross. So there's so many layers to this character that my only concern with putting him in the movie is that there's the potential of non-fans seeing it as a cop-out. I'm only concerned that people be like, why is there a Red Hulk? That seems like it could be, but we as fans know it's not. Like, I don't want someone to think it's weak because it's like a 10-year comic arc.
And the reason I find Thunderbolt Ross's relationship to Red Hulk so interesting because it's really a story of addiction.
Yeah. It's almost a Jekyll and Hyde as the Hulk.
Yeah. It's because he's so addicted to power, and this is like kind of the ultimate fatal form of what happens, know. And it also like you can do a lot of like other stories that Marvel doesn't have access to, like because there's a lot of like in the Xmen there's a lot of mutant stories where people try to get mutant powers, and I can see some of those storylines or the general thought working with this. So it's a character that if done right they can explore a whole different level with him, and again I really like to see that, and I think Marvel's capable of doing that.
And one of my favorite things about Red Hulk is that he's as strong as Hulk, but he's more military minded. So
he's sentient.
Yeah, he's sentient. He's better. He's a better trained soldier than Hulk. Like by all rights, he should be able to beat Hulk, and Hulk still can win because Hulk is the strongest there is.
He's got one line of like credibility that's just defeats all. The strongest there is. Which is an amazing plot device.
Yeah, he's like Batman in that way. His power is that he doesn't lose.
His power is being Batman. What do you think of Red Hulk? I'm enjoying this asking a non-fan.
I don't know a lot about him.
No, but like the idea of that, what we just described.
It's cool. I think having a foil to a hero is the coolest thing that you can do. And that's why that was, for me, what made Age of Ultron a good film, was that, Robert Downey Jr. had his foil. So I think it would be cool to see that with Bruce Banner.
So people might get it. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I get it.
Cool.
So moving on super fast to Captain Marvel, there's a rumor flying around that based on Yahoo News article.
Based on because
came.
somebody watched Mad Max.
Yeah.
And thought this would be a really awesome idea, which it would be.
So since they've been, the rumor is that Marvel's been courting Angelina Jolie to direct Captain Marvel.
But that's been going on for a couple.
It's been going on, but like it's the new news is that, oh my God, like Charlize Theron and Angelina Jolie are like best friends. I bet if one of the two of them books either
push
one,
the other in the
push the other. So like if Angelina Jolie gets the role of directing, she's definitely going to bring Charlize Theron as Captain Marvel. So like it's kind of it's a big rumor that's floating around right now. I think she'd be great.
There's no basis in reality.
There's no basis. There's no one from any studio saying anything. And Angelina Jolie and Charlize Theron didn't even say a source close to one of the two of them said, I think it's, Marvel has been courting Angie to direct the project, and Charlize is a clear fan favorite for the starring role. If Charlize were to get the part, Angie would most certainly sign on to work with her new pal.
I think it's an interesting thing because they say it's a fan favorite, and this is the first I've heard of it.
It's just so talking in circles. That whole thing is just like, we're making this up as we write it.
It would be awesome. I'm not gonna lie, because Mad Max, that is that's my favorite movie of the year. So and I love her.
As Captain Marvel. And like, what's funny, I've never even thought of Charlize Theron. Like, I'm so
she's
stuck
got
on
the look and she's got the vibe.
Yeah, well, because
I'm so stuck on Catherine Winnick or on
Emily Blunt for me.
Emily Blunt.
Yeah, Emily Blunt.
Or Katie Sackhoff, I think would be amazing. Like, I'm stuck on the three of them so much.
Ben Foster, it's fine.
Yeah.
And I'll say this, that my sources within Marvel, I've been told Emily Blunt is the front runner, and now that and that's been told to me by a couple people now. So we'll see. But then things always change. So
things change.
Yeah,
we'll
things
see.
change. So
but front runner doesn't mean got it, but front runner is a good indication. Like Asa Butterfield is, we're told, is the front runner.
Has been the front runner for months.
Yeah, they've got to lock that down.
How weird would that be to be like announced quietly as a front runner and then re-announced louder as a front runner and then having 5 other dudes with you in a waiting room in Atlanta like, so you've been almost Spider-Man for the last few months.
I know.
How's that going for you?
Yeah, like what would that be like?
Get out of here, 13-year-old.
You, actual child. Leave.
Also, this is just I want to bring this up, has nothing to do with our films, but our responsibility.
We all love popcorn, Meredith.
We do, I know. But okay, so here's the thing. We all know people. We all have friends. And it's part of our job to kind of be like, toe that line. Like, I don't want to ever overstep my bounds. So it's like, it's really hard because it's like people tell me things and I always have to be like, can I not?
Well, I can't talk about what Damien's doing.
Exactly.
She just flew back. And
but see, that's too much of a personal connection. Nobody knows who I'm talking about, so it's but I feel bad. Luckily, it's a person removed, so it's still really weird. It's a really awkward position to be in, to be this nerdy news reporter
that can't report
on news because I don't want to.
You don't want to out your friend.
Well, and it's also really cool because I like to know things.
Of course.
Yeah. So
and shout them from rooftops.
I know. So I just wanted to point that out, that it's just it's a hard responsibility sometimes.
The weight is on Meredith's shoulders.
I know. Spider-Man, I understand you so much now.
So moving on to Guardians. Guardians of the Galaxy 2, the first draft is finished. It's been turned in.
No. When I read the story, I was like...
She got an electric shock.
No, okay, I'm sorry. I'm going to jump over you because can I read this? I'm sorry.
Yes.
So when Chris Pratt read the script, he cried.
I love him so much.
Yeah, that's so awesome.
I just love Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt can do no wrong.
I know.
He said, Chris Pratt's quote is that James Gunn's pitch and his idea legitimately put tears in my eyes. Going on, talking about the script, he said, it is so good. I cannot wait to get started on it. I cannot wait for people to see what he's about to pull off with this second movie. It's so big and so good. Then he went on to say that the script that he turned into Marvel, they said nothing. There was no micromanaging of the idea. They loved it so much they didn't even have a note for it.
That's amazing.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
For a first draft,
44 straight days?
Yeah.
On Facebook, he was writing about how long it took. And was like
48 maybe.
Locked himself in a room and just wrote. And then it came out first draft so good that everyone's just like, golf.
I'm so happy.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for this. We need to get Gunn on here. I know he's a friend of a friend. Yeah. We need to pull some. And also, did you rumor are now that we're going to see Star-Lord's dad in...
Oh, no, it's confirmed.
Yeah, it's confirmed. Okay.
He confirmed that we are for
But that's not who we think it is, and it's not who it is in the comics.
Yeah,
so we'll actually be surprised, which is really exciting.
I'm Warlock or Starhawk or is it Star Fox?
I wish it were
Star Fox.
Yeah.
Why am I...
You're half god.
Yes.
Star Fox.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking from the video
real,
game.
Like the Thanos' brother Eros It's Star Fox, isn't it? Or,
I actually don't know this. Do you
Yeah.
I think it's Star Fox. I think it actually might
Ben
be Star
Foster's
Fox.
his dad. So
I'm not even going to give it to you.
when you shoot for a Get Out, you don't get it.
Yeah. So jumping over to Fox real quick, we've got a new image for the Fantastic Four to show. I believe we've there it is.
Oh wait, no, that isn't. Oh, is that?
No, that's it.
That's it. Oh, I thought that was an ad.
Fox, and then we.
No, but I thought the next picture was an ad.
No, it looks like an ad because it is an ad. It's an ad for the Fantastic Four.
Oh, when I was looking at it on comicbook.com, I thought there was an ad that popped up on my.
No, it's it's the actual picture.
Can we show the picture, Marissa? It's up. Okay.
Oh, great!
I can't. All right, there we go.
So it says "Push the limits of discovery," and it's hashtag fan.
I just thought it was
I do think it's a really cool image.
Apple headphones brought to you by Fantastic Four.
I was just like, let's go. I'll sign up for a library card.
It does work because it catches your eye. It makes you think it's something else, and they're looking at something, which I respect.
Yeah.
Each other.
They're not staring off into space. They're staring at each other.
That middle distance staring is gone.
But there is like something that's going on between the two of them. Like there's very clearly some good acting going on there. So
you there? I like your acting.
Yes.
We've also got a couple pictures that Bryan Singer tweeted out this week. We've got the chairs.
Yeah.
So and that's like all the chairs. Like so that to me is like, hey, everyone's on set. We're all here together.
Lucas is there. Off in the distance, it says Alex Summers Havoc.
Aww.
Yeah.
Your buddy?
He's from Atlanta, so he like gets to be with his family and be an X-Man at the same time. What a cool thing.
That's cool. And then we've also got, he just tweeted this today, the set for Cerebro, which is
cool.
That's cool to see.
It's just cool to see. And like he's standing in front of it like, what's up? I did this.
Well,
guys,
it's interesting to look back because it was 2000 when X-Men came out. That was 15 years ago. So when I see Cerebro as done by Bryan Singer's vision of Cerebro, it is so many layers of nostalgia because we've come so far as a comic book medium and film that like he helped make that a possibility, and to see it built again and to see it like coming back is so exciting.
Yeah. It's true. I mean, he shaped our modern idea of what Cerebro looks like, and you know, and say what you will about Bryan Singer, this is his property, and the X-Men movies were, for me, being the ultimate X-Men fangirl, I loved seeing 1 and 2. Like those just they still are kind of like, oh my god, this is happening. Now it's really cool because what's happening because those films, we have so much great stuff, but I am legitimately as excited about Apocalypse as I was going in to see the first X-Men movie.
Wow. That's huge, because that was, for me, it was like, wait, Wolverine's a person? They can do this?
It took me a while to be like, oh, I want X-Men back with Marvel. I want it back. And now that I've just accepted it's with Fox, I'm starting to see Fox realize we don't have to treat this property like garbage,
because the population, like the average consumer, knows enough about superheroes. They can make it more of a superhero movie. My thing with Singer was always that he made really good mutant films, but his X-Men were not my X-Men. And with Days of Future Past, he's leaning towards my X-Men, and with this I feel like he's even further, and I think that's just Fox accepting the demographic, like where we exist today allows for an X-Men movie to be an X-Men movie. That's amazing.
Singer wants to make superhero films. I think he was just held back by studios, and I think he's being given more trust. And I think, you know, and while we don't, you know, and this will kind of go into the next thing, you know, Deadpool, I think is just going to be fantastic because how everything we've seen from this film is what Deadpool should be. And it shows that Fox can do a superhero film really well, anti-hero film really well. And I think they're just finally getting it.
Yeah, the studio head's trepidation is gone.
Yeah.
Like they trust in the market. It's a $1 billion market. Throw $250 million at it and then make a superhero movie.
Yep.
Yeah. Sorry, I got distracted by something. Deadpool, we have the official casting for Colossus.
Is it wrapped?
Yeah.
It's wrapped. They've wrapped filming. And Andre Tricoto, I'm sure I'm butchering that name.
Yeah.
Awfully.
Tricoto.
It's this dude, is Colossus.
So I just need to point out, I know him from one thing. And one thing only. Yeah. He was the Giant in the James and the Giant Peach episode of Once Upon a Time. And he was awesome. So I'm really happy he's Colossus.
Disney's like,
I think that earned a Get Out.
For watching Once Upon a Time, or for remembering it with such zeal.
I think so.
I mean, but you know what? It It was a flat character, and it was a one-shot episode, but he did he actually was in it like twice, I think.
He's a giant Russian guy.
He's a big Russian dude. He's kind of perfect.
Yeah.
And I love that. He looks so jovial. Like, I think he's going to be able to pull off both sides of Colossus
I really
well.
like Daniel Cudmore, so I'm really
it's gonna
torn.
be
Like,
tough.
Cudmore's really good, and he got better and better. So I'm gonna give this guy a chance.
Yeah, and I will say in the Once Upon a Time episode, he played friendly and then played angry, so he has that he can do both.
Yeah.
That being said, it was still Once Upon a Time, so it was a little campy.
I was about to say, it was Once Upon a Time.
It's not like it was the best
I'm not
directing.
sure that's a barometer for greatness.
But the fact that they even had that much dynamic on the character Once Upon a Time.
That is true.
So
that is true.
We'll just have to see him in the hands of this director.
I want to briefly retread a second to X-Men. I'm curious. It's real quick. It's a one thought. So 15 years ago, the X-Men they had established Hugh Jackman was Wolverine. Wolverine is obviously the lead of all the X-Men films. It's Wolverine and the X-Men. It's not X-Men movies. I'm curious now with Wolverine leaving if we'll finally get a Cyclops and Jean Grey story that is the front of.
I think so.
I'm curious because Cyclops Singer did not handle Cyclops well. Like we just gave him a lot of praise, but now let's be real, Cyclops was not handled.
No, that was not why I like. And he was. I don't like Cyclops, and he was a nobody in the films.
He's a leader of the X-Men, and I'd love to see Jim Lee's Cyclops. I'd love to see him handled like he was supposed to be. So I'm curious now, with the market being what it is with superhero movies, if we'll get an X-Men First Class, not the movie, but the team handled the way they should be as a team.
I think we will, because with the actors cast, I think they're really trying to push. I think we're coming full circle. I think what we've done is we've seen this rebooted First Class of really more X Factor.
Yeah.
And we've had Days of Future Past, and now that we have new Scott, new Jean, new Storm, new Nightcrawler, everyone's cast. I think this is going to be
team.
Yeah, I think it's going to be the introductory of the old guard handing it off to the new guard, and we're going to see a revival.
And we'll have a 10-year span. They're so young. And I love Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. I really do, but I think it's important for him to not be Wolverine in order to get the X-Men right. I think they're going to actually find the X-Men. We'll actually find the pulse of the comics. We'll actually be able to do it because everything has led to this. Like everything has led, like comics being profitable, the market loving the way comics are geeky. The X-Men comics doing really well. Bendis handling the comics beautifully. All New X-Men is one of the smartest comics in years, and that is the perfect launching point for these movies to do well because they're in the pop culture. So I think Wolverine leaving and this team stepping up is the best thing to happen to Fox.
And you know it's
and
okay,
Deadpool.
and it's perfectly okay to not have Wolverine come in for a couple movies because he didn't factor into a big part of the early X-Men stuff. And while especially in the 90s he was his relationship. Yeah, he is. He's one of my favorites. I mean, his relationship with Jean and the struggles he poses with Cyclops forces both those characters to actually grow. But I think we could still do that film without him.
And we need to earn that love triangle. We need Cyclops and Jean to love each other. Before you meet Wolverine, he's just the hairy guy that she's like, hey, wild side. You don't want her stepping on the wild side without loving the good guy first. Like, it doesn't make sense.
All right. Moving on.
Sorry. I had that tangent.
First of all, we've seen Andre on set. That's him.
Oh, now we know.
Massive.
Yeah.
He's a massive dude.
Now we know.
I don't know that it's it's confirmed that he was this guy that he's playing Colossus, but I don't know if he's actually voicing it or whatever.
Yeah, could just be the body.
It could just be the body, but he was confirmed through Twitter or whatever else. So
there's never been a moment where I've seen the Deadpool costume and not gotten girlishly excited. I get Girl Scout sold all the cookies excited.
Wow. That's pretty exciting.
It's perfect. They did it, man.
Perfect. All right, we got to move on. I'm sorry, Coy. I don't want to take it away from you. Television, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Luke Mitchell and Henry Simmons have both been upped to series regular for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Luke Mitchell plays Lincoln, which is this guy coming up right here. He was Lincoln. He's an Inhuman. He has the power to shoot electricity and kind of control electric charge through his body and pass the electric charge on and stuff like that. He can he's probably going to be the first recruit that Skye has for her Secret Warriors type team going on. And then Mac, this guy, he's confirmed. So I like that guy. That guy was awesome in the whole series, and he had a really cool arc in the second half of the season. So I'm excited to see what they do with him.
I have to comment because I read something on our comments, which I'll get to in a moment. That'll be my tangent to those. Someone was right. I spoke ill of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. having not seen it all. I intend to watch it all now. Someone convinced me to watch all the S.H.I.E.L.D. because I shouldn't say that I didn't like the beginning and then not give the rest a chance. So
whoever that person is, thank you.
As per that person, I apologize on behalf of speaking ill of something I hadn't seen. You're right. I'll give it a chance and I'll find out what this all means.
And whoever that person is, tweet at Coy so we can get your name and give you. I want to give you a shout out.
An actual shout out. So I appreciate it. And
I'm just going to refrain from saying anything because I just...
That's a happy medium.
Yep.
I'm going to watch it all, then decide to talk ill
and
well.
I'm just not going to talk about it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Because I mean, to me, I'll be very blunt. I don't even have the time to watch it right now. Even if I wanted to, I don't have the time.
Yeah, it's going to be a while, you guys, but I'm going to give it a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be...
Please do, because it really has gotten a lot better.
I'm going to dive in. I'm going to give it a chance.
It might be my end of summer viewing, because I'm sorry, Hannibal starts up tonight, guys.
Oh, yeah.
So.
True Detective starts soon. I don't know what my life's going to be without them. I mean, that's where I'm going.
That's an hour a week. It's an hour.
If you watch it once.
No, but see, if you're watching Hannibal and True Detective,
Silicon Valley's back. I need to catch up.
Yeah, but that's going to end up. But then the Rock's new show.
Before.
Yeah, Ballers
Entourage with the Rock and football and stuff.
All right.
Those were comic things we were yelling.
That's all the news. Now we're going to move on to our Merry Marvelites.
Yay!
We've got some shout outs.
Yes, we do. All right, first up, to Autistic Weirdo, who it's one of our Twitter. That's his Twitter name.
Okay.
He's
a good name.
He's really good at interacting with us. We've bantered back and forth. Also, Brian Yetman, who actually had a question for us. He wanted to know what we thought about the Defenders appearing in the Infinity Gauntlet.
Yetman. Yeah. He tweeted out earlier saying that he can't watch the live show, but he had a question.
Yeah.
He wants to know if the Defenders are in Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah.
Okay. The rumor is that there's going to be cameos. I don't know that they're going to have big roles.
Yeah.
So, but I think that they're probably going to do. Like, they'll have them in there. Like, they'll have a couple scenes with him.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be anything major, but it'll be cool because all of the major Netflix stars have signed on to also do movie appearances.
Yeah.
So
there's that.
Yeah.
Thank you for tweeting at us,
thank you,
Brian.
man. And then also shout out to Jamie Rodriguez and Michael Beltran.
Oh, Michael Beltran is watching us from Gibraltar. Hello.
Oh my gosh,
Gibraltar. That's exciting.
Gibraltar, bro. Gibraltar.
That's a name I've only seen in movies. I don't even associate that with reality.
That's an actual place.
Someone lives there. This guy.
Yeah.
So fantastic.
Yeah. As far as I know, it's just a giant rock.
It's just him watching our show.
Yeah.
It's just a giant rock to me.
It's actually
he
the
lives on
rock.
And that's awesome.
It's the rock watching us, guys.
Rock.
Yeah.
Anyway, do we have some iTunes 5-star reviews?
First, I have Donovan Hunter, movie buff, who is always very vocal.
That dude is awesome.
He is awesome.
Yeah.
So I want to give him a full-on separate shout-out. Good on you, man.
From the Meredith shout-outs.
Yeah. It's a Coy special.
It's just, he's so cool, man. I like how vocal he is on the tweets. And then as to the 5 stars, we have Jason Cage. Thank you for the 4-star review. It's critical in an honest way, so I'm going to have 4 star.
Okay, that's fine.
We earned that, and I wanted to
and
thank you,
he
sir.
earned a shout-out with that.
Wettan17, thank you, sir. John Johns, I like your name and your 5-star review. And then John Jett, I do believe this is his second comment, and he said he cannot get enough of you guys. Best show ever. Listen to all the time. Keep it up. All caps. I respect it.
Wow, all caps. He
My
screamed
computer's
at
currently
everybody.
stuck on caps, and I respect him for doing so.
That's fantastic.
Dan P80, thank you for the 5-star. And the last 2 will be. Oh wait, no, these are on last week. So those are the ones we got this week.
Right.
Great, thank you.
We appreciate it, guys.
Thank you all of you.
Thank you.
If you
so
want me to
much.
horribly mispronounce your name, just comment and leave some reviews.
Yeah. Real quick, last week's question was, what is your choice of Marvel characters to create a Rat Pack? That came to us from Renee Silva. Thank you, Renee. We chose our top 4 answers because we don't have time to go through as many as we'd like. Alex McCorriston, Luke Cage, because Luke Cage. Iron Fist, because Luke Cage. Spider-Man Noir, you need that gangbanger feel. And finally, Drax on a saxophone. Drax on a saxophone.
Yes, Drax on a sax.
Jose Rojas, Tony Stark as Dean Martin the Boozer. Nick Fury as Frank Sinatra as the leader and smooth operator. Deadpool as Sammy Davis Jr. because he's nutty. Captain Britain as Peter Lawford. And the Brit Stingray as Joey Bishop because he's the obscure member of the Rat Pack.
Oh, that's good.
That's pretty good. That's a pretty good one.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Joe Tucci is Scott Lang. He'll steal your heart and your wallet. Loki, mystifying the hearts of all the young ladies. Johnny Storm, the young gun. Wanda Maximoff, she'll make your deepest fantasies a reality. Finally, we've got Randall Lassini, Dazzler, the music. Juggernaut, the trashing. Hercules, the drinking. And Luke Cage, the looking cool in a silk shirt. So, do you guys have any thoughts before we announce the winner here?
I loved all of those,
I know, they
by
were
the way.
all
Hearing
great.
them again was just as funny.
Yeah.
So nicely
Yeah.
done.
Those are fantastic.
But we voted before the show, and Joe Tucci, you get the ultimate shout out from us. There's no prize to give except the honor of winning this week. You win it.
You did it.
And
Congratulations, man. That's
you
awesome.
won.
It's well thought out.
Well thought out. So we have a couple questions on our Twitter that we want to get to real quick. Ann Curtis asked who would the villain be for the Captain Marvel movie.
Ooh.
Oh.
I don't know Captain Marvel.
I don't think we've ever...
Yeah, we've never actually gone there.
I don't know, like, because Captain well, probably
We've been there.
because Jim Starlin's big bad for Thanos, or was Thanos, for
Yeah.
Captain
Which
Marvel. We've already got him, so I don't really know who else, like, unless it's like
Interesting.
something with the Kree, maybe it's like,
I'm gonna assume. I'm assuming we're gonna go Kree because I think while we're doing Captain Marvel in name and costume design, I think we're gonna revisit some Miss Marvel storylines. So I really think, and we've already seen the Kree. I think it's a really good platform to open up to have some more Kree villains.
I think we could have like the Supreme Intelligence is maybe kind of chasing her down because she belongs to the Kree, or he thinks she stole technology or something like that.
Captain Marvel, by the way, Jodie, is a major female superhero, and no studio's done that right yet. So I'm curious how to handle that.
Yeah. So, and then Jorg In says, you think with the UK big in the movies, they could give us a Captain Britain or a Union Jack?
That would be nice.
It would be cool. I don't think we're going to see it.
I don't personally.
I don't personally think we're going to see it, but it would be cool. I would love to see it.
And it's interesting because he's. Captain Britain is Psylocke's brother, so there's that issue of
Brian
Who
Braddock.
owns it?
who owns
that's a good
it.
point.
So
That's a really good point. In
Yeah.
fact, I think he debuted. No, he didn't debut. In
No,
X-Men.
he
But I
hasn't.
assume Fox would own it because of the name.
So I wonder what the issue is there. So
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, we've got one more thing to do, and that is our question for next week. Our question, this is the first of the month, and on the first of the month, we do the question of the month, which will get you 2 free passes to Wizard World, any Wizard World in America. As long as you can get there, we can get you through the door. Wizard World is like one of the leaders of pop culture conventions. They have so many people at their shows, and they're just getting bigger and bigger and doing more and more shows. The question, in honor of Spider-Man casting and in honor of the casting that we know is going to come this month, it's just got to.
In 10 minutes when we wrap.
Yeah, in 10 minutes when we wrap, they'll be like, oh, Spider-Man is...
Ben Foster.
Ben Foster. Yeah. Get out. The question of the month, and we'll post it on our Facebook right after this, is what would, since he's in high school, what does Aunt May pack Spider-Man for lunch? Like, what is Peter Parker's favorite lunch to have Aunt May pack for him? So that is the question. We will vote on our top 6 next week on the show, and then we will put up a poll for you, our Merry Marvelites, to vote on, and you will actually vote the winner.
You'll get someone to Wizard World.
You'll get someone to Wizard World.
It's a pretty cool gift.
It's a really cool gift.
Speaking of gifts, we should give a little shout out to our SOs, because tomorrow.
Yes. Not your SO.
No.
Our SO.
Yeah.
Our significant other.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
Both of us are dating someone whose birthday is tomorrow.
We're both dating
That's
the same
cool.
person, actually.
Yeah.
But,
well, I'm not dating. I'm engaged.
Yeah, you're engaged. We're just dating.
real.
But happy early birthday, Greg and Brittany.
And Brittany. Yeah. Happy birthday. Brittany's actually throwing a gigantic Avengers themed birthday.
I'm so excited.
I know.
I'm so
I will be there
excited.
as Doctor Strange.
I'll post pictures because it's a surprise for Matt.
You're so sweet.
I'm going incognito, so.
You're going incognito as Black Widow.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. We talked about it before.
We
I'm
did.
excited.
No, I know.
Anyway, it's going to be a giant party. And we'll have pictures on the Facebook, I'm sure, for you guys to look at.
Yeah.
It'll be a lot of fun.
I'm excited.
Anyway, that's our show. Thank you, Jody. Do you want to pitch? You've got a YouTube. Do you have anything like that you want to tell our fans about?
So that time lapse, or that drawing rather, is a time lapse video that I post on my YouTube, Artist Jody Steele, and on my Facebook page. And follow me on Instagram because that's where I tease them. I did a Superman one. Oh, excuse me, but I did a Superman one. Yesterday, so Spider-Man today, and more to come. So.
Awesome.
Great.
Beautiful work again. Stunning.
And while he's getting in a seat, do you have anything?
I've got an amazing Las Vegas Comic Con coming up on the 19th through the 21st. I'll be out there. Come out and see me. It'd be super rad. That's going to be at, just go to amazinglasvegascomiccon.com because I'm blanking on the name of the hotel because my brain worked. And also, I'll be at E3. I'll be covering E3. I'll be, and then we've got Anime Expo. Well, I have Anime Expo. I don't know, but you guys want to come hang out. And then San Diego Comic-Con.
SDCC.
Yep. Yeah.
You have anything, sir?
I have you
Anything
guys
that you can talk
helping
about?
me on soon. It's the month. I have you guys helping me on my Twitter because at Coy Jandreau is me.
Yeah.
Find me, find the right me. Let's destroy him. And I also have a movie out in theaters right now. And I don't know where it's playing. So if you see a movie called How to Save Us playing anywhere near you, let me know it's there. Because I'm in a movie in theaters and I know nothing beyond the fact that I was scrolling through my Flickster app and saw my name. So someone let me know.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right,
Congratulations.
I will be in the Wizard World in Sacramento.
Rad.
The same time that you're at Amazing Con. It's June 19th through 21st. I don't know that I have any panels or that, like, I might.
But come up and give them a hug.
But come see me.
Yeah.
We're going to have a good time. So that's our show. My fiance's pipping her party off.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, my party's gonna be amazing. That's what Brittany says.
Nicely done. It will.
It will be. It'll be a fun party. So that's our show.
Woo!
It's been a big one. It's
Happy
been a long
35.
one. Happy 35. Almost my age. That's our show. Thanks for joining us. Special thanks to our prize sponsor, Wizard World Conventions. They've got Des Moines, June 12th through the 14th. Sacramento, which I'll be at, June 19th through 21st. Richmond, Virginia, July 31st through August 2nd. They're taking July off because of Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Fair.
Please, it is fair. Please don't forget to subscribe to our show on iTunes. Give us a 5-star review. We're at Marvel Movie News. Rate us. Leave us a comment. We'd love it. Coy will pimp you out next week.
The YouTube was so amazing this week. You guys had almost entirely positive comments after we mentioned last week that comments were somewhat negative. Then people were actively attacking people that were attacking us. And it was amazing.
I'm going to go look at all those comments
you guys,
now.
thank you. Last week warmed the cockles. You guys are awesome.
Also, speaking of YouTube, follow us through the Popcorn Talk Network. Comment there, thumbs us up. Try to stay positive because we don't want to be depressed when we start our show. But it does keep us coming back to you. It's very important that you guys do that for us. Find us on Facebook /Marvel News Show. Like us there, comment, ask us questions. Do the same with Twitter at Marvel News PTN. As you saw, we really do try to get to your questions as best as we can.
Yeah.
And if you guys want a shout out, just tweet.
Just leave a comment.
Leave a comment.
Tweet at us, and as long as we don't have 1,000 shout outs to do, we'll give you a shout out. So, and if you ask us good questions, you'll get a shout out. We like shouting.
Yeah.
It's
Also,
awesome.
by the way, I'm so sorry because there were a couple people who tweeted right after the show, and my app wouldn't let me scroll all the way back.
We'll get you next week.
Yeah, I promise I'll get you next week. I'm so
sorry. And check out
sorry.
this time lapse. Jody Steele's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much,
Thanks,
guys.
guys.
See you next week.
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network.
Views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Popcorn Talk Network or its owners or principals.